Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we have the final part of the King's Gambit accepted, and this is the third line. And in this variation we're going to be covering knight to f3. So we've already covered knight to c3 and bishop to c4, and now it's knight to f3. So you already know e4, e5, and now what happens is the f4 move. So after f4, the accepted variation would be e captures on f4. So, since we're covering the accepted line, we do e takes on f4, and as I said, the f3 line, so we play f3. This is the final variation we're going to be covering in this series out of all the three variations. So we've covered c3 with the knight and bishop to c4. So now this is knight to f3. Now we have knight to f6 and knight to c3, so bringing the knights out, and d5 striking in the centre. E takes on d5 and exchange. Knight takes on d5, improving the position of the knight and maybe trading off knights. Although black haven't got a very good control, they're dominating a few of the dark squares, but the two knights are developed as white. If you want to play this opening, this is not quite as strong for white. If you want to play a stronger opening, you're more likely to play the Queen's Gambit accepted or the Queen's Gambit declined, because opening with the Queen's pawns is a lot stronger, it's a lot more aggressive, and white will get a better position. If you're playing as white, do not play this unless you're looking for a nice development, a nice defence, but I recommend the Queen's Gambit accepted or the Queen's Gambit declined more than this opening. It's a bit more stronger if you're playing as white, so bear that in mind. So we have bishop to c4, and we have c6, d4 and bishop to e7, queen to d3, and we have castle, so the king is in a safe position. And we have bishop captures on d5, c takes on d5, and bishop captures on f4, knight to c6, and we have a kingside castle. We have bishop to e6 and knight to e2, so moving the position of the knight, trying to get it to another square. Maybe g3 might be a good square for the knight. So you can see that black has the bishop pair over white having just a bishop and a knight. But these bishops aren't super active. They're dominating this long diagonal and white is dominating this long diagonal. But this bishop's extremely strong. It's got all this diagonal for itself, and these knights are very strong. Once this knight gets over, it can help, and it's going to be maintaining a lot of light squares, and it's going to be having a lot of control, and it's going to have it's going to make a big difference for white's position, a significant difference. And we have queen to b6, b3, and we have a5. Now we have bishop to g3, so giving ideas of maybe the knight moving to f4, attacking the bishop instead of moving to g3. This would be a more active square for this knight. And you see queen to a6. So now black is hoping for the trade of queens. White declines this for now. Sorry, white accepts this and takes on a6. And now we have rook captures on a6, so retaking. And now the rook could shift over to b6, and it would have a nice time on this b file. So from here, a good move would be playing a move such as knight to e5, or playing knight to f4, attacking this bishop. This bishop has to move, or you can control this diagonal like moving to f5 or something. But this is a very nice position as white, but it's slightly in favour as black, because this rook can move across, and this rook can move over to the b file and have a very nice time on this file. And these rooks aren't so active. You might see something as rook a to e1, moving the rook over. So this is a better position as black. As I said, I would not recommend the King's Gambit if you're playing as white, but if you're playing as black, this will be a good opening for you, and this will be nice to play as, and you'll get a nice development, and you'll get a nice attacking position. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video on the King's Gambit accepted, and this was the knight to f3 line. Please remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching and see you soon.